Hello, my name is Jason Hutchinson. I'm with Pacific Crest Services, and I wanted to have a brief talk with you about how to start your own independent insurance agency. Now, this is going to be a 2-video series. The first video, we're going to get into just the basics and the logistics of how to file your entity and how to get started. Video number 2 is going to come back and then show you suggestions on how you then operate. How do you get product to sell? How do you partner with carriers? How do you then start doing the business? But this video is going to be very direct and straightforward onto how to file your entity and get started. First things first, how are you going to operate? Are you a sole proprietor just with your own self in the agency? Or are you looking for a different style of business, an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp? There are lots of ways that you can structure this, and once you have that figured out, you're going to file it with the Secretary of State. So whatever state you operate in, you have to register your business as an actual entity. Once you've done that, you now need to file it with the federal government, the IRS, and obtain a tax ID number for your agency. This is where they will track your profit, you'll pay your taxes, all that will be based on the tax ID number. So once you've filed it with the state and you filed it with the IRS, if you're opening an insurance office, you now then need to go to the Department of Insurance and complete the application process to open an agency. Those are the 3 things you have to do out of the gates. Have an entity, have a tax ID number, and register it with the Department of Insurance. Once you have that, you have an entity, you have a company. Now, what else do you need? We need a bank account. So you can't commingle funds in your own personal account. If you're starting a business, it needs to have its own operating account. But the other thing you need in an insurance agency is you need a trust account. As you take monies from your customers, as they pay cash or they write a check for their policy, you need a place that you put that money before you then pay the carrier. So the bare minimum is 2 bank accounts for your independent agency, an operating account and a trust account. There are lots of recommendations and business models out there that suggest more additional bank accounts and different ways you can structure it, but the minimum you need are those 2. The other thing you need is what's called errors and omissions insurance. So as you help people buy insurance, you're actually helping them sign contracts. These applications and these documents involved in their insurance contract is a legally binding contract. And if you make an error, you mark something wrong, you put a wrong number in, something's wrong in this contract, you're going to be liable for that. And that's what errors and omissions coverage is there for. If you make a mistake, if you make an error, or you omit something, this insurance coverage is going to cover you. No carrier is going to allow you to sell their insurance or work for them unless you have an errors and omissions policy in effect. This can easily be obtained online. You can do a basic search. There are multiple companies out in the marketplace that will help you purchase one of these policies. But that's really the basic of starting an agency. Set up the entity, file it with the IRS, then make sure you get your agency registered with the Department of Insurance. Following that, have your bank account set up, and then purchase errors and omissions insurance. Now, there are lots of other small things involved in that, but those are the overarching topics. The other recommendation we definitely make is consider working with a certified professional, whether that's a CPA or whether that's your legal counsel. But they operate in this space on a regular basis. They can help you shorten this process, speed it up, make sure your documents are filed correctly, make sure you don't have additional headaches down the line because you missed something in the beginning because you didn't have anyone to help you. So very much consider talking to a CPA or having legal counsel assist you in signing these contracts and setting this up. Lastly, insurance industry knowledge is paramount. You're going to be helping people buy insurance, insure themselves, protect their assets. Having experience in this industry and being able to help them navigate these waters and understand how this process works will make this such a success. I mean, this is a fantastic opportunity for you, and having that tool in your toolbox to pull out, that experience, that knowledge can make all the difference in your agency.